Hello, everyone. I'd like to slowly introduce myself and the rest of the team today. Welcome to another one of our governance calls. 2 weeks ago, we opened the first one to the public gates, and we had some visitors. I hope we have more of them now. We're also live streaming on YouTube this time, so I hope more members show up. We have some, ads on Twitter, and yeah, I hope more viewerships come this time. We have a couple of things to talk about. Definitely, I see some comments on YouTube as well about some older holders being curious about what's happening with Pillar. So we'll definitely give you a brief on what's been happening. But we mostly use these calls every 2 weeks from now to basically give you an insight of what's been happening 2 weeks, like 2 weeks before this, and what will happen 2 weeks after this. But we can also give you a brief history since we released V2 back in the beginning of summer. Since then, a lot of big things, a lot of changes have happened. I'm going to explain the order of things, how we cover this governance meeting. Basically, we divide it into a few segments. One of the segments is product side, which is covered by our developer Kieran. Kieran says that basically everything that's been happening with the app in the last 2 weeks, and what's bothering us, what needs to be fixed, what we're working on, and stuff like that. Then we go to marketing. That's Jack Base's territory. Basically, we mention everything that's been happening, with the Pillar wallet, with the Pillar token, and stuff like that in terms of marketing, promotions and other things. In the meantime, we also cover some different subjects like tokenomics and similar. But a good portion of our team currently is away on an event, so we're going to, keep that part out unless we, have them answering these things. And at the end, of course, we have some questions for the community. Questions for the community, of course, where the community asks us, questions they might be wondering about, and we try to answer them as best as we can. I see we have around 10 to 14 audience members right now on Discord, and a couple of 5 viewers on YouTube. So we can slowly start. We should slowly start rolling in. And if more people join, I guess they can always catch up later, since we'll have the replay will be on YouTube, and we'll also share it on Twitter after this ends. As far as I know, yeah, I guess we can slowly start. So, hey everyone, in case you missed last week's, that is 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks before the call, if you missed it, basically we covered some things that have been happening with Pillar V2 since release, and we talked about things that have been happening for the last 2 weeks in terms of marketing, product, tokenomics, proposals, governance, and stuff like that. We'll try to do the same thing this time to keep you all informed. I highly suggest visiting these calls every 2 weeks if you find the time. They're definitely a quick insight into what's happening with us, in case you don't want to just read through a bundle of messages on Discord or Twitter. This is the fastest way, to stay in touch. Also, for those who have joined the Discord, we have a giveaway in terms of NFTs for attendance. So stay tuned. I see a couple of people who have done this last time. If there are some new people who haven't claimed their NFTs, there will be steps. There are steps in one of the Discord channels. You just need to verify yourself before, so you unlock them. We'll basically explain how to claim it. I need to give you a brief warning so mistakes don't happen. To claim the NFT, you need to use a wallet that supports the xDai network. Well, obviously, Pillar Wallet is one of those wallets, but those who are using MetaMask or something similar, you need to be careful which network you are using, because if you try to claim it on Ethereum, you might lose the token and not get it in the end. So I'll definitely keep a warning for later on. But for now, we can slowly start, talking about everything Pillar related. We have some questions for the end, and I'm hoping going to see some new questions on YouTube or Discord or anywhere else as we go along this call. So I'm joined by Partha, Jack, Michael, and Kieran. I'm going to ask Kieran first, if Kieran is with us. I'm going to ask some product side questions, what's been happening for the last 2 weeks. with the product, and everything pillar related. We have done some, bug fixing as always. We have done some QA testing. We have a lot of things happening. We improved the loading performance, stuff like that. But that is something Kieran should definitely explain much better than me. So Kieran, here you go. Now's the time.
Yeah, thank you. So we've got 3.7.0 in the works at the moment. This release has been completed in-house, and is currently with the QA team. It's just being tested. So coming up in this release, we have changed our pin screen. So instead of 6 digits, it's 4. And this is really just for usability and speed as well. And also just to bring up to standard, 6 digits, in some cases might feel a bit excessive to a lot of people. We've also got a new governance call banner, which shows live governance information and upcoming information that will go live in this release as well under dashboard home. A governance feature that was requested was a fee capture mechanism, and that is available now, remotely controlled as well as and when we need it. We've fixed the UI in a couple of places for Wallet Connect especially, where it wasn't showing the chain that you were connecting to, which is quite important, especially given that the wallet is multi-chain. So we've added that. I think there might still be a couple of places that are missing, but we're patching that, as soon as we can. And we've made things a bit easier for us as developers just to be able to release and work with the app quickly. So all being well, this release will be out Monday morning, 10 a.m. as usual. That's GMT. And that's all we've got from our side.
Awesome, thank you, Kieran. So I know some of you haven't been using the Pillar app lately. Some of you might have not even used it before Pillar v2 released. Some of you haven't used it since then. One of the things we can always, talk about that's I find it very exciting is that we have Pillar stories inside the app. Basically, we share the insights from the crypto world, from NFTs to DeFi dangers to hacks and stuff like that. We share every one of these stories in the feed on our app, so you have a reason to, go into Pillar every day, stay in touch with everything that's happening in the world of crypto, and also the economy in general if it's regarding anything crypto. So yeah, I'm one of the people who are covering the Pillar stories, and there is a lot of content, basically NFTs, DeFi dangers, governance, stuff like that. So anything you find interesting. And as always, I'm open for feedback. You can give me feedback on Discord. You can give me privately feedback. Anything you want to know, we'll be happy to share any news articles you share with us as well, since it's a public domain, let's say. Other than that, I'd like to let Jack take this on because we have a couple of team members on the event right now, and that's why we won't cover some of the topics, but I'm sure Jack can explain better. So Jack, here you go.
Hey guys, I was actually thinking, Michael, you want to give us in a little sign straight from the event, or you want me to take it?
One second. On my way to the event.
You're on your way. Okay, I'll take it then.
Yeah, can you guys hear me? No, I can.
Yeah, well, breaking up.
Yes,
Let me take this. Let me take it.
Okay.
I hope they'll believe you. That they'll believe me you're there. So basically, starting off, the reason why you see a bit less Pillar people here at the meeting today is that we have a team out at the Crypto AM Awards Gala, which starts, I think, right now or in several minutes. We've been out there at the Crypto AM event, which is a 2-day conference in London, since yesterday, interacting with the wider community and engaging with the local London crypto community, and many guests coming from all around the world. But the key thing for us within that event is the gala that takes place in a few minutes or in a few hours. Why? It's because Pillar has been nominated to 2 awards. We are a finalists in 2 categories. One is DeFi contribution, and the second one is UX UI award. We're among shortlisted 5 finalists in both those categories, and we're hoping to finish this day with at least one prize in our hands. And our team members are there busy winning those awards. So stay tuned. Hopefully we'll have some good news to share later today. And no matter what the news are, we will be sharing them sometime evening or late evening Europe time here. Stay tuned. There's definitely an update coming later today. Staying in the events side, some of you have seen it on our Twitter. We're officially sponsoring ListCon, the Ethereum grassroots conference taking place in Lisbon in October. We've become a community partner. We're now coordinating communications with the team organizing at ListCon. And we're also sorting out logistics for our team to go there and represent Pillar, EtherSpot, Pillar DAO, everything that we're doing here. So 19th to 27th October, we're going to be in Lisbon. There are various events. The format of this week, or even a bit longer than a week, is very similar to what we had at the EthCC in Paris. So main conference, that is ListCon, ETH Lisbon Hackathon, and then several side events and smaller conferences that are taking place within those 10 days that we will be there. So our goal is to go out there, meet new people, new projects, engage with them, and look for possible alliances, partnerships, and new outlets in which we can promote and have better use of our technology, that's Pillar and EtherSpot. Looking forward to that already, and obviously we will be reporting quite a lot from there as we'll come there. Another one on the event side, next Wednesday we have another webinar coming. There's the title of it is how to make your first million with crypto, which hopefully is a catchy title for a panel discussion about crypto investing strategies. It was one of the topics that was in our surveys was the most popular one, and people requested to have a webinar on this topic. And because of that, we've invited special guests for that panel. We'll have Amber Gadar from Alliance Block. We'll have Toby Lewis from Novum Insights. For those who are using Pillar Stories, Novum Insights is already a known brand. And we'll have also Effie Pillarino, who is a Pillar advisor from our ICO times, and also a fintech and crypto influencer. So we're looking to have a great discussion. We're looking to have we're hopeful the content of that discussion will be as great as the ones before. But one thing that we're changing for this time is that we're not going through the Zoom registration, and we're trying to get this content to as many people as possible by streaming it live via YouTube and via Twitter. So this is actually what we're setting up on the tech side for this event, and we're hoping that through that we will be able to get this content out to more people and have a greater use of it. So that's something that you will see in our channels quite a lot till next Wednesday. Next topic that you guys are probably interested in is hires. I've been talking about marketing hires at the previous meeting. I've did, let's say, a midweek update, as Val asked me on Discord last week, I think. And today I can give an update to this. The update is positive when it comes to the growth candidate. We think we found one, and we're very happy with the assignment that this person did. So we're now in the, let's say, final stage where we need to agree on all terms and basically talk about onboarding, and hopefully this will take just several days more before I'll be able to introduce a new member of the marketing team. I'm very happy that it's going to be someone who takes on the analytical side of things and will help us to keep doing what we've started pushing really hard on since we've started with Amazix. Having a person that is doing just that, just for us every day, in my view, is a great prospect, and stuff that already is significantly improved since we released the app. I mean, our funnels through which we're getting downloads, through which we're getting new users to the app. This is getting better week by week as we're learning, as we're getting more data, as we're able to more accurately optimize our campaigns for the user that we're looking for. So the user that deposits assets in Pillar, that is using Pillar to connect to various protocols and use it as their go-to wallet. So having such person in the team and having this capability in-house, I think we can even make much more significant progress than we've been doing so far. Second hire that is close, but I can't say that it's confirmed yet, is the content position. We had two candidates. One of them, unfortunately, decided to not go for the final project, final assignment. We're talking to one more, and this is not yet finalized, but hopefully will be as well. We've been happy. We've been happy with what we saw initially, and now it's just about confirming that and agreeing on terms. So fingers crossed it goes through, and equally quickly I can onboard that person to the team. But if not, we have a plan B, and that plan B we started to implement for the social media hire. We found quite a lot of trouble with finding proper social media managers from ads that we've sent through AngelList, LinkedIn, Bankless, and several other. And we've decided to turn to recruiters to help us find the right people in their networks. We found actually an agency that specialized as it positions itself in DeFi and NFT hires. So that's very promising. That's the kind of social media manager we're looking for. We're finalizing the deal. Hopefully early next week, they will start connecting us with people from their network, and we'll start to have interviews with some of these guys. So assuming that this hopefully now will take a little bit quicker pace, if our content hire will not if our content interviews, current content interviews will not result in a hire, we'll probably talk to these recruiters and get some help from them. So we're trying to respond the best to the situation that is there on the market. You guys are probably seeing that from many other projects, like gigantic projects that are looking for people for the same positions that we're looking for, and hundreds of projects like ours that is also looking for people. So the market is very competitive, and the amounts that people are asking for, even for referrals or for recruitment fees, are only getting higher, because this is how much demand is there on this market. So we need to be competitive, and we need to find a way to get the best people. But we're positive that with this new agency working with us, it will be possible pretty soon. Obviously, I'll be updating you on that as we go. Finally, very finally, very last update, and you guys hearing it first. There is a new EtherSpot website that you can find at the same address, etherspot.io. It's just got revamped today. We've been working on that for several weeks. Basically, since we've came back from Paris, we sat down and said we need to reformulate that, and we need to make the EtherSpot messaging comes through, and we also need to take care of the visual side of things. And this is realized in a new etherspot.io website. So I'll encourage you guys to go and check it out, and let us know what you think about new EtherSpot looks. That will be it for my update, and I'm happy to take questions.
Great, thank you, Jack. So for all of you who have any questions for Jack or either one of us from the team, you can do so by, I think the simplest way to do that is go onto our YouTube channel. You'll find the live stream on Twitter, or just Googling Pillar Wallet on YouTube, you'll find the live stream quite easily. But basically, there, using the chat, you can also ask the question, and we'll try to answer it near the end of the call, like we always do. Yeah, I see a couple of questions, so don't worry, guys. I have seen your questions, and we'll leave some for the end. But the question that has been asked from a few of you probably has been, how to actually claim the Pope NFTs. I'm going to briefly cover it again, and then near the end, I'm going to say that again in case some of you didn't fully get it. Basically, they are covered on the xDai network. When you verify yourself on the Discord, this is done just for anti-spam protection. So this is actually for your good, so you don't get spammed by bots and stuff like that. When you enter the server, actually, you'll find the news on the feed. Like that's like the Pillar governance call is all the way up, and you scroll down a bit, you'll find the news channel, and then you'll see the Pope bot, which says like, hey, the distribution has started and it's active. So you need to open the bot and DM him, just send him a message, and the message you need to send is actually the keyword that's going to be mentioned later on in the call. So I'm going to say the secret word later on as we go a bit further, like 10 minutes from now. I'm going to say the word, and then I'm going to repeat it until the end, so all of you have the chance to claim. If you get stuck along the way anywhere, please let me know. You can do so by saying that in support. There's a support channel down there. Just say, hey, I'm having issues, and our support team will be happy to help you. Since we don't have, our Pillarnomics this time, we won't talk about Pillarnomics since some of us aren't here. There is a good question I'm liking, and Kieran, are you still with us today?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so I have an exciting question for you. I'm sure you'll like to cover it since it goes a little back, since V2. So one of our viewers from YouTube actually says that he's a Pillar ICO buyer and still a holder, and they haven't been informed on what's been happening since Pillar V2, and they're actually curious about why we switched to V2 and what V2 does compared to V1, among other things. Do you want to go into brief history? I'm sure some of our other viewers are also not familiar with why we changed and what has been made possible with us as we rolled in.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's important to know, first and foremost, is how fast this industry moves. It is insane. I've had hard time myself, like keeping up with the industry at just the speed that it moves, and also having to push the app at that same speed as the industry and having to keep up. Now, the difference between V1 and V2, I would say is quite a lot, because we were at this critical point in our I guess, in our development, where we needed to make a clean break and we needed to retarget the app at the changing cryptoscape landscape, if you can call it that. And we had to take into consideration competition, as well as the fact that, you know, new chains had now started to appear, and this called for a complete rethink in how we deliver this app to our users, and how we go about allowing them to access the world of cryptocurrency with these new added layers of access, which we have for side chains. So we had to rethink the UI, rethink how users access, rethink how we onboard people, and it was just too different to, you know, what the old users would now know as like V1. So this is why we decided to go with, you know, a clean break V2, new interface, new levels of access. We removed a lot of clutter, and we improved the speed, rebuilt the foundations, and that is what you see today as V2. I hope that answered the question.
No, that's just a brief history. Thank you, Kieran. There's another question we'll cover in the end. Just a reminder about the Pope token. I see some of you are still asking how to claim it. You'll have a chance to claim it when I say the secret word. That'll be in like 10 minutes, so stay tuned with the call. Also, I see some of you are raising their hands. Please keep the hands raised. I'll give you the possibility to speak near the end. So yeah, just stay tuned. After we answer all the questions, you have the chance, you know, to talk with the devs and talk with us. But first we need to cover all the topics and then answer the questions, and then it's your turn. So don't worry about that. We'll get to you near the end. Other than that, product side, I believe Jack, you covered most of it. We have some questions, and yeah, let me just see what's on the agenda right now, if in case I'm missing something. If anyone from the team wants to pitch in now, here's a chance. Just give me a second to see what I haven't mentioned in this call. Yeah, so we basically covered the product side and we covered marketing. Unfortunately, we can't cover tokenomics since Alden is not with us today and he loves to talk about Bellonomics. But one thing that I'll briefly mention is we are governance, you know, proposals and similar things. We might have a scrap that the governors will have a chance to, you know, review and give opinions on the forum. The forum that we have for the governance is public, so even non-governors can go and see what's been happening there, just to see what kind of proposals we have been pulling through, just to see the rules for the proposals, you know, in case you want to do a proposal one day yourselves, you can see how it goes there. It's nothing too complicated, you know, since DAOs are always, evolving, since this is a very new thing. So these proposal processes are not super complicated. They're not like, real world users which are more complicated. These proposals are more simplified, so you can always see what's been happening on the forum, and maybe one day you write a proposal yourselves in case you think you can improve Pillar in any way. So I'll leave that to you later on. I believe we have covered the basics of this call, so we can easily go to questions now. In case I missed something, anyone from the team can always say, hey, you missed something. But in case not, we can go to the questions. So we haven't had too many governance questions. 2 weeks ago, we basically were running late with the meeting. We had to, keep it like 10 minutes longer since there were so many questions. But this time, not so many. So definitely everyone has the chance, to speak, as well as, the non-governors in the call today. I'm seeing some questions on YouTube and similar stuff. So there's some questions, Jacek, there's lots of marketing questions, maybe even something that you have covered, but just briefly go over them in case the questionnaires aren't actually satisfied with the answers. So the first question is from Bit Curious Mom, and it's, could we consider it down the road for a strong Polygon focused promotion month?
Right. This probably needs a little background for those who haven't seen the question. For users of CoinGecko, for every assets that you're viewing on CoinGecko, apart from like basic information about the contract, about the chain that it's on, about supply, volume, and stuff like that, there is also a category of wallets for each of these assets. And basically, this is a an ad placement that CoinGecko is offering, and something that for us, because it has this contextual power of being kind of like a recommended wallet for a given asset, it presents an opportunity to get us in front of the crowd that's not only looking for a solution like this, but also it's interacting with this site and potentially with this ad multiple times. So BitCurious Mom suggested to have a look at that option. We found some contacts there, and we basically established that it costs $22K dollars per month to have this placement. And the question was if we can consider that for like a month of stronger promotion. I didn't get to answer that in the chat, so I'll answer it here. The thing is that yes, I think this is something that for me is a great option because of this context in which we can be seen. Yes, it is pricey because we're talking about over $20,000 per month, but it's also potentially putting us in front of many people that are actually our audience. So, in my opinion, I would consider that, but I'm not sure if 1 month is something that will be enough to prove if that's an investment that can come with the return. So I actually reached out to CoinGecko and just checked if it's even possible to take 1 month. It is possible, but they've also said that there's a big demand for this advertising slot, and if it becomes if it becomes available, there are projects which are just booking it for a year or for half a year. So the opening should take place either next month or before the December, because this is when until when this is booked by another project. And this is when we can kind of come back to this conversation and consider if it's worth the money to spend on that initiative or not. But basically, all the data and access to it is there. So it's just about probably modeling of what we can get out of that. Personally, I would be partial to this, but it should be, as usually, a community consensus on spending this much money for such an initiative.
Thank you. So there's also two follow-up questions from Mr. Hankey, and the first question is, why aren't Pillar videos being uploaded to other platforms like BitChute, Odyssey, Rumble? We should also stream the meetings on Twitch and DLive actually. Well, I could cover this briefly, but Jack, maybe you can do it, since I'm actually not fully familiar with many streaming platforms. But if you have any more insight, you can go on.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I'm not familiar with anything besides BitChute as well, but the question is very much legit, and I think that looking at the number of views that we have on YouTube, it was always like an argument against those platforms that we're getting much more views on YouTube. It's not the case anymore. Through different, changes of algorithm, we're having a lot of trouble to even get to those who are subscribing to us. So I think that it's just a matter of finding an easy way to automate some of this work, because it's creating a specific separate video for each of these platforms probably will be too resourceful, but having some kind of automation that can push out the same content across different platforms should be everything that we need. So I know Pablo is recording, live streaming, and all that, but we'll get to it at some point and discuss what are the options, because I totally agree it makes sense to do this.
Thank you. And the second question is, where will we be getting influencers to talk about this? It seems to me a month ago or so we were reaching out and we haven't heard back since.
Yep. So 2 weeks ago, we gave another update on that. Actually, we kind of gave a little insight into what is the process here. And after that discussion, even the same day or the next day, we sat together and basically summarized it all. Decided that as we did a one-off for now, one-off with Chico Crypto, we also want to try other influencers that we've shortlisted. So in what it means is that this week basically I've reached out to 4 more influencers that we, through discussions that we had in the last weeks, we found fitting our profile and also both interested in covering us and also affordable for our budgets. We're now just getting the paperwork done. That's the final stage where we need to have this sorted, and right after that we're getting into the conversation of how do they present Pillar, what they're talking about, and basically what are our objectives as Pillar coming from these engagements. There will be 3 YouTube influencers that we're talking to. One of them will do 2 videos, other 2 will do just 1 video, but their channels are also bigger. And then we'll have 1 more influencer that will be an experiment for us. It's a TikTok influencer. We're thinking that this might be an interesting angle for a mobile wallet to show up on a mobile first platform and be covered by one of the crypto influencers from there. Might give us some, again, interesting data. I hope it's not frustrating to hear that, but this is actually how we can make more informed discussions. And as I'm saying, the TikTok is a totally new field for us, so we need to understand better what are we investing in, what are we expecting to get out of this investment. I wouldn't feel comfortable with telling you names at this very point and sending you links, but at the same time, I promise that I won't be waiting for another call if we have deals signed and before that, and if I can, tell you that these people will be covering Pillar very soon. So please give me a little bit more patience, but also stay calm. I'll let you know as soon as we know things.
Awesome, thank you. Before we go on to, I see 2 more YouTube questions, and both are very solid questions. I like one especially because it highlights Pillar as wallet. But before that, I'm sure many of you have been waiting for the actual giveaway to happen. So I'm finally going to share the secret word, and also going to explain the process. So when you join on 2 channels, I share the videos. On the verification channel, you can find the video on how to claim the Pope token. But on the news channel, so you need to go find the news channel. I also linked it there on the verification channel. So go to verification, you can click on news there, and when you go to the news channel, you can see the bot has said, the distribution is active. Send me a DM to get your Pope tokens. And the keyword that we need to use right now is, just give me a moment, drum roll, please. And the secret word that we are looking for is alpha. So ALPHA, alpha, as in, alpha, the first letter of the Greek alphabet. Yeah. Just a warning for those who are not familiar on how this works. This is an xDai NFT, which means our Pillar wallet supports this. but some wallets do not support xDai. And on MetaMask, you need to change the network. I think that's done automatically, but just be careful not to mint the token to another network. You also have the option of minting it on Ethereum, so you can't have it on the Ethereum network. But as you all probably know, network fees are just insane. You'll probably have to pay like $50-$60 just to mint the NFT, and I'm sure none of you would love to have that happen. So I suggest for all of those who still haven't had the Pillar wallet, now's a good chance, to actually claim the NFT since the fees are next to none. But you can also do so with MetaMask if needs be. I'm going to repeat the word. So the word is alpha, and I'll also mention it near the end of the call after we covered the 2 questions that we have remaining, and we'll open the discussion, in case anyone wants to pitch in anything. But yeah, that's how it goes. In case you get stuck anywhere after you verify yourself, just please send me a DM or send the DM to the support agents. There's a support channel on Discord, just so you don't get lost in the meantime. And so the 2 exciting questions we have, I'll keep the most complicated one for last, but one of the questions from our YouTube viewers from MDABS is, is it public knowledge as to how much of a war chest Pillar has from the ICO, as in terms of remaining? So we have a couple of takers for this question. Whoever feels like they can answer this, go ahead.
I can speak to this as a board member. I think that's not something that's publicly announced, but at the same time, it's not something that we keep secret from our token holders and from our community. At the current rates on the market, Pillar has around 2.5-3 years of runway more. So there's still money and time to create great things and to achieve all these goals that we have. So you guys stick around, keep supporting, and we're doing our best to reach where we all want to reach.
Okay, thank you, Jack. And I think the most exciting question that we always love to cover, because we can't brag about this. Bart, I think this is a question for you. I'm sure you love to take this. And it's a question from Chuck. And Chuck says, please compare, contrast Pillar Wallet to MetaMask.
Yeah, hi. So, I mean, I could talk for a long time, but I'll keep it short. MetaMask is basically a key-based wallet. Pillar, which is powered by Etherspot, is a smart wallet. So, I mean, quickly to tell you what is the difference. If you were to use MetaMask, you would have to manually switch networks if you were required to interact with different Ethereum-based networks. But in Etherspot or Pillar, we do the automatic network switch. Pillar also supports transaction batching, so you could batch several transactions, include swaps of different tokens and execute it in one go, which wouldn't be possible on MetaMask. Yeah, and then it provides you with several other benefits of a smart wallet. More information is available on our newly improved Etherspot website. Please take a look there and come back to me if you have any further questions on Discord.
Thank you, Parter. So we have a couple of minutes of free time for anyone to, speak. Maybe I even ask questions with voice chat. I see a couple of hands being raised at all times. Since we are a public meeting, I'm sure some of them have been, we might get spammed a bit. So apologies if anyone, just decides to, throw a bit. But I see some hands, so I'm going to let them ask any questions that we might have. Of course, some of the questions we cannot answer publicly. So some of the questions are going to be reserved for the governors only. But I'm going to give everyone a chance to, ask questions for the end. If they have. So I see a couple of hands being risen. One of them is from Matthew, the other one from David. Matthew, now's your chance to ask any questions you might have. Here's your permission to speak. So go ahead when you feel ready.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Matthew.
Hi.
Any questions you might have?
Yes, actually.
Okay. What's the question you might have?
Well, It's an old question, but not an odd question at the same time.
Oh God, is it pillar related or is it something else?
No, it's slightly important.
Okay, I see. So what's the question?
You play Fortnite?
Yeah, of course we played Fortnite. Everyone loves Fortnite from Pillar. So that was basically what I expected to happen when we opened the gates for people to talk. But yeah, so no more raising hands. I guess we tried.
It was a good effort. It was a good effort.
Yeah, it was an effort. I see more hands. I'm sorry, people. I just can't do that anymore. It was nice for Matthew to not actually, just spam us. But yeah, it was a good question. I'm sure.
It was a good test, I'd say.
We tried our best, but it seems like it doesn't work. Everyone who wants to ask any questions, please. Actually, one of the people who has any questions, we have 10 more minutes, so I'm going to give another person a chance. David asked me, why are we closing this? Just one person, can't ruin the whole thing. So, David, if you want to ask any questions, I'm going to give you the stage. So here you go.
Hello.
Hello, David.
Can you? So what the fuck is this?
Okay, so we 2 out of 2, so I think we're finished. Yeah, no more.
I think that's the end of that.
Yeah, I tried raising the hands. I tried to be productive, but this isn't working. So, yeah, thank you for doing your best. I guess we'll leave the questions for you two for the next one. If any of you have actually decent questions, please feel free to visit YouTube and you can ask the questions on YouTube on our channel. But unless there isn't, I'll leave a couple of minutes. I'll leave a couple of minutes if anyone on YouTube has any questions or from the Discord community. But as far as I'm aware, we are about finished with the call. But I'm just going to leave a couple of minutes of silence in case anyone wants to pitch in. I should also use the chance. Well, we're almost finished, but you still have the chance to claim the NFTs. In case you have any issues, you can actually ask the support team on this one. Just go ahead and basically say you have the support channel. You have the support. Okay, I see another question. I see another question for the team. This question would be great for Alden, but I guess some of us from the team could answer this if any takers are here. So the question is. From MBabs, what purpose does the pillar token have at this time? Yeah, okay, I guess I can briefly cover it since we have conflicts. At the moment, we have a couple of plans for the governance process. We have, you can see on the governance forum that is free to use, so anyone can pitch in. We do have some future proposals that are planned, in terms of bonus staking APIs and similar stuff. But for now, the governance being one of the most important things, definitely. Jack, do you want to pitch in? Okay, I see. It seems like that we lost some of our listeners. Jack, do you want to say anything about this, or should we leave this to Alden for next time?
I'm not sure he's there, actually.
Yeah, it's odd. It's like turning on and off. Okay. So yeah, the utility issue. That's why we haven't talked about tokenomics much, since this is something that Alden loves to cover. I'll try to give it briefly, but I'm not the person to answer this as best as I can, since I'm more of a community manager. But I'll give you a brief description. I'll try to ask. Just stay on the Discord if you want, and ask the question there. We'll definitely give you a brief insight later on in a summary from the other members of the team. As of right now, the pillar token is it's a governance token that we use, and one of the main features that the token currently has in terms of utility is governance. But we definitely have future plans to make the governance not the only thing that we are exclusive about. Before we had the ability to use Pillar as instead of Ethereum on the Ethereum network, but we have scrapped that in the meantime since it forced sell pressure. But for now, there are some plans to give bonus staking APIs in terms of Pillar and other possibilities, but I won't cover these subjects since this is something that the other devs from the team that are unfortunately away on the event we'll talk about. But basically, to keep it short, it's governance, premium access, bonus APIs, and similar stuff that's similar, governance tokens do. But API returns, premium access to members, governance is some of the key topics that we will mention in the future. As we're running short, I believe that's about it for the questions. I'm not seeing anything else. My YouTube has closed down, so unless something is happening, the rest of our devs have left. There seems to be some technical issues from the many great visitors that have been visiting the Discord, just to ask funny questions. But yeah. So on this note, I'll close this call, and I hope to see you 2 weeks from now to give you more insights on what's been happening with Pillar, to answer all the questions and similar stuff like that. So thank you for joining, and I hope to see you 2 weeks from now. All those that have missed the call can do so. Can find it on our Twitter and on our YouTube channel. The recording will be saved, so you can't miss it. So thank you all, and hope to see you 2 weeks from now.